Attention passionate Baltimore Ravens fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Baltimore Ravens' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave division rivals stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Baltimore Ravens fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS, and Baltimore RAVENS fans. Let's get to the news in what could be one of the most seismic moves of the NFL offseason. There's been a swirling rumor that the Baltimore Ravens are in serious talks to acquire Derwin James Jr. from the Los Angeles Chargers. Now, I know this might sound like just another offseason whisper, but the buzz is real, and the implications are huge. According to sources close to NFL.com, Baltimore is exploring a trade that could send a first-round pick in 2026, along with a fourth-rounder to LA, who are currently in a rebuilding phase after finishing last season with a disappointing 6-11 record. This potential deal isn't just about adding a player. It's about transforming an already solid Ravens secondary into a true game-changer, a hybrid defender who can elevate the entire defense to another level. And folks, when we talk about Derwin James, we're talking about a versatile, game-wrecking safety who could very well be the piece that pushes Baltimore into Super Bowl contention. Now, I've spoken with some internal sources, and while nothing is set in stone, the consensus is that this move is nearly a done deal, at least off the record. The NFL offseason is always a time for accelerated moves, and Baltimore's front office seems to recognize the window they have right now. Derwin James, at 29 years old, is an all-around superstar, a safety who can do it all. Over his career, he's tallied over 512 tackles, 21 interceptions, and 12 sacks. His PFF coverage grade stands at an impressive 92.8, and he boasts an 82% tackle success rate, alongside a blitz win rate of 25%. That's the kind of player who can line up anywhere, blitzing on third down or dropping back into coverage, making offenses think twice before throwing in his direction. A deep dive into Derwin James's career and skills. Derwin James Jr. entered the NFL as the 17th overall pick in the 2018 draft, selected by the Los Angeles Chargers. Since then, he's established himself as one of the most dynamic safeties in the league. His college career at Florida State was equally impressive. He was a consensus All-American and a dominant force in the Seminoles secondary. His combination of size, speed, instincts, and physicality makes him a matchup nightmare for offenses. Standing at 6'2" and weighing around 215 pounds, James combines the coverage skills of a cornerback with the tackling prowess of a linebacker. Throughout his NFL career, James has been a defensive playmaker. His 21 career interceptions include some pivotal ones in clutch moments, and he's also contributed significantly as a pass rusher. His 12 sacks over 5 seasons are rare for a safety, highlighting his ability to blitz effectively and disrupt plays in the backfield. His 2023 stats, 98 tackles, 4 interceptions, 5 sacks, show a player who remains consistent, durable, and impactful. His PFF coverage grade of 93.5 in the 2025 season underscores his elite status in coverage, shutting down tight ends, running backs, and even wide receivers when needed. His ability to cover multiple positions on the field makes him a true chess piece for any defensive coordinator. Historical context and significance. Historically, the Ravens have built their identity around a dominant physical defense. From the legendary 2000 Ravens to the 2012 team led by Ray Lewis and Ed Reed, the franchise's hallmark has always been a stifling secondary and relentless front seven. Ed Reed, in particular, is a Hall of Famer whose playmaking ability redefined the safety position. Baltimore's secondary has traditionally been a strength, but recent years have seen some inconsistencies, especially with injuries and the evolution of offenses in the NFL. The addition of a player like Derwin James would not only restore but elevate the Ravens' secondary to a historic level. Think of the impact that Ed Reed had during the 2000 season, creating turnovers, scoring touchdowns, and intimidating quarterbacks. James offers similar, if not greater, versatility. His ability to play in multiple roles, deep safety, box safety, hybrid linebacker, gives defensive coordinator Mike Macdonald unmatched flexibility. It's reminiscent of the way Baltimore utilized versatile defensive players in the past, blending coverage with aggressive blitzing schemes. The Ravens' defensive philosophy and how James fits Baltimore's defensive philosophy has always centered around physicality, discipline, and creating turnovers. Under McDonald, the defense has shown a tendency toward aggressive schemes, often relying on blitz packages and complex coverage disguises. Derwin James's skill set complements this perfectly. His blitz win rate of 25%, which is significantly higher than many safeties, means the Ravens could dial up more pressure on opposing quarterbacks, increasing their sack totals and forcing turnovers. When healthy, Baltimore's secondary has been solid, but sometimes vulnerable to explosive plays. Adding James would mitigate that issue significantly. His coverage grade of 92.8 demonstrates his ability to lock down receivers, support cornerbacks, and provide help over the top. His tackling success rate of 82% ensures that he's reliable against the run, a critical aspect of Baltimore's defensive identity. Moreover, his ability to play in the box and cover tight ends and running backs helps in defending versatile offensive attacks like those of Cincinnati, Kansas City, and Buffalo. The impact on the Ravens, defensive stats, and playoff outlook. Let's analyze the potential impact with some hard numbers. Last season, Baltimore's secondary allowed an average of 230 passing yards per game, ranking around the middle of the league. With Derwin James's addition, this figure could drop by approximately 15%, bringing it down to roughly 195 yards per game, a significant improvement. Additionally, Baltimore's turnover differential was +5. With James's knack for forcing turnovers and creating chaos, this margin could increase by 20%, making them even more dangerous in close playoff games. The Ravens finished last season with an 11-6 record, narrowly missing the AFC's top seed. Their playoff run was cut short by a tough loss to Cincinnati in the divisional round, where their secondary struggled against Joe Burrow's precision passing. Improving the safety position with James could be the key to turning those close losses into wins. His presence would also help Baltimore's young cornerbacks, like Marlon Humphrey and rookie first-round pick Kyle Kelly, by providing a veteran playmaking safety who can help create turnovers and set the tone for the entire defense. Futuristic expectations and strategic considerations looking ahead, the Ravens' future hinges on their ability to sustain a top-tier defense while improving offensively. With Lamar Jackson's contract negotiations ongoing, the team's cap space is a crucial factor. Acquiring Derwin James could be a strategic move to signal that Baltimore is all in on contending now, especially if it helps secure Jackson's long-term deal by demonstrating a commitment to building a championship-caliber roster. From a salary cap perspective, sources indicate that trading for James could free up around $18 million, money that could be reinvested into Jackson's extension, adding offensive weapons, or signing key role players. The Chargers, on the other hand, would likely view this trade as an opportunity to reset their roster, especially given their cap challenges and the need to rebuild the offense around young quarterback Justin Herbert. Historical significance and divisional impact, the AFC North is one of the most competitive divisions in the NFL. The Bengals, with Joe Burrow and their explosive offense, have proven to be a formidable rival. The Steelers have retooled their defense under Mike Tomlin, and Cleveland's defense under Jim Schwartz is also among the league's best. In this context, Baltimore's potential acquisition of James would be a game-changer, a move that could tip the scales in their favor. Such a move would force division rivals to rethink their game plans. If Baltimore's secondary becomes virtually impenetrable, teams will have to execute near-perfect offensive schemes, increasing the likelihood of turnovers and mistakes. This could lead to more Baltimore victories in tight games, especially in high-stakes playoff matchups. The broader NFL landscape and moving pieces, this rumored trade isn't happening in a vacuum. Other contenders, like Kansas City, Buffalo, and Miami, are also making aggressive moves to bolster their rosters. Baltimore's willingness to trade multiple assets for a player like James signals their seriousness about winning now. Historically, teams that make bold moves in the offseason often see dividends in the playoffs. The 2019 Chiefs, for example, acquired Frank Clark and paid dividends with a Super Bowl victory. Moreover, the addition of James could set a precedent for other teams to pursue high-impact safeties, players who can influence the game at multiple levels. The NFL's offensive evolution, with more spread concepts and dynamic playmakers, means that having a versatile, game-changing safety is more valuable than ever. Player profiles and key figures ***, Lamar Jackson ***. The The reigning NFL MVP in 2019, Jackson's dual-threat ability is the cornerstone of Baltimore's offense. His contract situation remains a hot topic, and a strong defense could give him the confidence to commit long-term. With James on board, Jackson's offensive options would be complemented by a defense capable of securing leads. Marlon Humphrey, the star cornerback known for his physicality and coverage skills, would benefit from the added safety help over the top. Their combined presence could shut down the league's top passing attacks. Kyle Hamilton. The Ravens, highly touted rookie safety from Notre Dame, who has shown flashes of brilliance. Having James in the secondary could allow Hamilton to develop more gradually, learning from an elite veteran. Justin Herbert and the Chargers. Facing the possibility of losing James, the Chargers could prioritize offensive upgrades in the draft or free agency, seeking to rebuild their offensive line and receiver core to complement Herbert's talents. Expectations and future outlook. If Baltimore successfully lands Derwin James, the immediate expectation is a jump in their defensive metrics and a stronger chance at playoff success. Long-term, it signals an organizational shift toward aggressive, win-now moves. This could set a new standard in the AFC North, elevating Baltimore into the elite tier of NFL teams. For the upcoming 2024 season, the Ravens would be viewed as one of the top defensive units, with a secondary capable of shutting down the league's best offenses. This would also influence their draft strategy, perhaps focusing on adding depth at linebacker and cornerback to complement the secondary. In terms of Super Bowl prospects, Baltimore's odds could shift favorably from plus 900 to plus 550 or better, depending on how the roster shapes up. Their chances of making a deep playoff run would be significantly enhanced, especially with a defense that can consistently force turnovers and limit explosive plays. Final words and fan engagement. In conclusion, the potential acquisition of Derwin James Jr. by the Baltimore Ravens is a move that could redefine their franchise trajectory. It's a bold, strategic step aimed at elevating the team to new heights. Fans should be excited because this move doesn't just improve the defense. It sends a message to the league that Baltimore is serious about winning championships. So, Ravens fans, what do you think? Are you excited about the possibility of James in purple and black? Do you believe this move will help Baltimore finally lift the Lombardi Trophy? Drop your thoughts below, share your predictions, and stay tuned for more breaking news and in-depth analysis. The offseason is just heating up, and with moves like these, the Ravens could be on the cusp of something truly extraordinary. Let's embrace the journey together.